You can see from my general appearance, it's been a day. But we are deworming the pups. For new puppies, you usually do medicine like this at 2 weeks. Well, the back says 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 10 weeks of age, but I've heard a lot of people skip the 3. So anyway, we've been deworming Tilly for a while. The dosage on this is 5 milliliters for every 10 pounds of body weight, and since these guys weigh 2 pounds, that's about 1 milliliter. So I already gave one to Horace. He's my little buddy today. He keeps separating from the pack every time I'm around. He was pretty willing. Let's see how the others do. The camera is being held up by a monster truck right now, so that's how you know this is real life. Huh, Tia girl? Get you some of this? Here. Oh. You have some? Here we go. There's an open mouth. Here we go. Here, look. Look. Good job. Ah. There's Wiley Niley. Here. Oh, don't want to mess up your yawn. So now that they're learning to walk a little bit more, they are expanding into also wanting to wrestle a little bit more, except that they're not super coordinated. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're like being affectionate or wrestling, but then sometimes it's obvious, even though, like I said, they're so imprecise and kind of doing their best with not a lot of muscle control, and it's so funny to watch. Yeah, these guys had a very short wrestling match, and then Horace walked away. But Tia wasn't ready to be done with it. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. What's gonna happen? Not a lot. She tries, but she doesn't have the coordination. Goo. And yes, there is pee on the pee pad. This is a reality show. Oh. Hurrah. Our little friend Niall here has diarrhea. For a puppy, that can be really serious. But also it happens sometimes, so we're still waiting to find out which of those 2 situations it is. So I'm snuggling him to see how active he seems. He's pretty sleepy right now. He sure yawns a lot. I'm trying to figure out how dry his mouth is. They did a scientific study about, I think it was like cholesterol or heart disease or something, based on diet. And all these different groups of rabbits were tested, you know. And there was one group that had the exact same diet as the other ones, but did way better, and they couldn't figure out why. And they did all this research to see what was the difference with that particular group. They figured out that lab had a caretaker who was extremely attentive and affectionate and loving with the rabbits, and gave them a ton of extra time and touch and encouragement and stuff, and that physically altered their body's reaction to the health situation, which was very interesting. So I'm just channeling that lady and trying to give Niall lots of extra love to help him get over whatever's making his tummy upset. I also called the vet today, and we'll watch a little longer and see if we need to get him some other medicines. As they're getting bigger, they're also probably a little more intense to nurse. Look at their climbing all over each other. And their tails are a lot more intense, and they're wagging. I'm glad that our little sicker guy is getting his latch right there. I told you I would do a good, bad, and the ugly, and I really haven't said that much of the bad, but this is something that's starting to be an issue, okay? So I keep thinking the puppies are sick, like what I said about Niall yesterday, but I think that their poop is very soft, and then there's so many of them and they're so active, they just spread it around so it looks like diarrhea, but it's not. And I don't know what to do to keep it clean because I keep changing out the stuff and it gets like dirty as I'm changing it out. I literally just took stuff out to put more in and there was like more poop, and I don't know what people do to keep that at bay. Well, I mean, here, Tilly is cleaning it up, that's part of it, but so she's cleaning it up and that's nice. Except when she's nursing and she won't sit still long enough for them to eat anything because she's just trying to go clean stuff up. So maybe we just need to let her come in here more because we've been sort of separating them for our own convenience a little bit so we don't have to worry. And I don't know, maybe if she was in here more that she could keep everything cleaner. But how do people do this? It's just like there's 6 of them on different pooping schedules and I keep trying to keep it clean and then they poop the second it's clean and then they walk through it and roll in it and seriously, yikes. I literally feel like I have to change this out all day. Like it gets dirty the second I change it. Even though Tilly comes in here and tries to clean things up, it's just like constant. This is where I put them while I'm changing linens and cleaning out their little box. But they take up a lot more of this box than they used to. I am busy enough that sometimes I have a hard time doing anything that is not on the list of like things I have to do. And so I have to this week hold each puppy for a little bit every day. That's what the binder says. This is what I have to do. I have to. Oh, I gotcha. You eating my shirt? Look at him. He's got the fringe of my shirt in his mouth. Look, when she won't settle down, there's a couple of them that are still determined to get there. All the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Come here. All the way down. All the way down. Now you can't because there's pups. So at the age they're at, we're supposed to start introducing new experiences every day, whether that's textures or toys or new spaces or people. So I should have been doing this earlier. This is supposed to be an earlier part, but I have this box of different scents to introduce. This one is chamomile. So I'm gonna let them sniff this new scent and see what happens. You wanna smell this? They're so active doing their own things. It's hard to tell. I'm sure with their noses they can all already smell it. You wanna smell that, Horace? Oh, Tilly, you're smelling it too? A little better. And then the one that's just sleeping over here. Is that Cleo over there?
yeah, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Hey, okay, give it to the... No, Sterling. Oh, buddy. That's not how I wanted... So, these new experiences, between Tilly being a puppy and totally interested in everything I was doing, and my boys being human puppies and also very interested in what we were doing, it was very hard to keep these experiences very controlled. But we did our best. Dog piles aren't what they used to be now. Wrestling match pile instead. They still have no teeth though, so looks kind of rough to bite someone's nose, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt that much. And wrestling is not the only competitive sport these pups are getting into. They're also getting into competitive nursing. They are no longer small enough to line up in a neat row. They are fighting for their lives out here, folks. Niall, sneaking underneath. I haven't seen anything like that this season. Wow, and Horace holding his own in his spot. Phoenix and Tia go, oh, we've got a dark horse in this competition. That pup knows how to get where the getting is good, folks. The getting is very good. While these puppies, they're fighting it out for their lives as if it was a matter of life and death, which I guess for a puppy, when milk is your only nourishment and you're growing every day, it is a matter of life and death, folks. And of course, we also have such a tired mom. She's getting so tired, but she's toughing it out. We all are.